Hi there, everyone. It's Artemis here with SirLinksalot.co. So, it's wild. I was scrolling through LinkedIn the other day and I saw this meme about SEO project management, and it really just hit different. So, it showed an SEO specialist, and they were literally drowning in spreadsheets, and the caption just said, "This is fine." And honestly, that used to be me, not gonna lie. Until I read a statistic that said that a high share of SEO process failures are due to project management problems, not the actual technical issues. So it's not because like your keyword research is wrong or because you missed a canonical tag, but because the process was actually broken from day one. And that really put it in perspective for me. That's why today we're going to be diving deep into SEO project management. And if you ask me, that is a skill that separates the pros from the still figuring it out crowd. Whether you're running an agency, working in-house, or consulting, this video will transform how you approach SEO projects. So just trust me, by the end of this, you'll be managing SEO processes like a boss. Let's be real for a second. When someone says SEO, what comes to mind? Probably keyword research, link building, technical audits, things like that, right? But plot twist, the success of an SEO strategy isn't just limited to your ability to execute these tactics. It's also dictated by your ability to manage projects, people, clients, and also external factors as well. So think about it like this. You could have the most brilliant SEO strategy in the world, but if you can't get it implemented, and if stakeholders don't buy into it, if the timelines are unrealistic, or if the communication just breaks down, it's going to be game over. So let's just break down first and foremost what effective SEO project management will actually give you. Of course, stress reduction, because who needs more gray hairs, right? Better client relationships, of course, so there are no more "where are my results" emails floating around. Clear expectations, which works both ways, and faster implementation, because waiting months for a developer to add a schema is just not the vibe. The harsh reality is that without project management, it would be impossible to develop a functioning relationship with your clients. So this is an industry where relationships literally make or break your business, and frankly, it's not optional anymore. Now, let me introduce you to a framework that's about to change your entire approach to SEO. It's called the product triangle, and it's basically the secret sauce for making sure that your SEO recommendations don't end up in the corporate equivalent of a black hole. Picture this. So you send a comprehensive technical SEO audit with 47 recommendations. The client says, "Looks great," and then crickets. Does it sound familiar? I bet it does. This happens because SEO is not integrated within the organization's actual product triangle. So the product triangle consists of three critical verticals. The first being features and functionality. So this is about the technology and features that solve users' problems. Your SEO needs to align with the website and what it actually does and how it serves users. So here's the challenge. Think, how can I make it more useful while still being usable? The second rung of the triangle covers how the product attracts and retains users. So this is the growth or marketing portion of it. Your SEO should complement other marketing efforts, not actually compete with them. So the challenge here is, how can I scale it while keeping it relevant? And as we know, every triangle has 3 points. So the third and final one is business and sales. So this is about monetization and keeping operations actually profitable. Your SEO recommendations need to support revenue goals. That's a fact. The challenge here is, how can I make it profitable at the required speed? Now, every SEO recommendation should map at least one or ideally all three verticals of this triangle. When you present recommendations, don't just say, "Fix these canonical tags." Instead say, "Fixing these canonical tags will improve crawlability," which is features, increase your ability to rank for target keywords, which aligns with growth, and drive more qualified traffic to your highest converting pages, which aligns with the business portion of it. See where I'm going with this? Okay, so this next part is for all of my agency owners and consultants out there. Ready for another stat that might make you question literally everything? Well, here we go. The SEO industry is expected to reach $83.7 billion by 2025, and yet most agencies are still competing on price rather than on value. Meanwhile, McKinsey consultants are out here charging premium rates for strategic work. What if I told you that you could apply management and consulting principles to SEO as well? So this isn't about becoming pretentious, it's about delivering real strategic value instead of just checking off all the tactical boxes. Here are the four main pillars of McKinsey's approach to SEO. The first is strategy from first principles. So essentially, just stop using cookie cutter templates. Here's what to do instead. First of all, conduct stakeholder research across all the organization. Then perform user research specific to the client's industry. And lastly, create strategy based on actual insights, not assumptions. The second pillar is obsessing over client problems. Don't filter everything through "client wants X, so we provide service Y." Really listen to what executives are actually struggling with. Sometimes their crazy ideas will reveal deeper truths about their business challenges. The third one that they use is strategy and stewardship. This one is actually huge. Strategy without execution just does not work. Don't just hand over recommendations and then disappear. Stay involved with implementation, create processes, and help hire teams if needed. The last thing that they do is called complexity taming. So make the complex simple. Instead of overwhelming your clients with every single tactical detail, create clear, coherent narratives that management can actually use to make decisions. And remember, you can't sell expensive work to junior clients. If you want to charge premium rates, you're going to need to create thought leadership that attracts SVPs and C-suite level decision makers. Let's talk about communication, because frankly, this is where most SEO processes go to literally die. I've seen brilliant strategies fall apart because nobody could agree on how to communicate updates, or because important information was just getting lost in endless email threads. Most project management tools are designed for projects with clear start and end dates, not ongoing SEO retainers. This creates unique challenges that most agencies just haven't figured out yet. In a nutshell, different people need different information. For C-suite, focus on financial forecasts, KPIs, and how SEO contributes to the overall business goals. For developers, provide technical specifications, implementation guides, and clear priorities. For content teams, share keyword research, content briefs, and optimization checklists. And for marketing directors, you can explain how SEO integrates into the other marketing channels. Now, here's just some basic protocol when it comes to best practices for communication. Establish one primary communication channel for all project updates. This is super important. Next, set a consistent meeting cadence, so maybe like a weekly team call, a monthly client call, things like that. You can also create collaborative documents from day one for tracking notes and decisions. And also, it's super important to use the right tools for each purpose. So don't just try to do everything in Slack. Just a pro tip for you, always allow an extra few hours for briefing and QA. I cannot stress this enough. Budget time for explaining your recommendations and for reviewing implementation before it actually goes live. All right, now let's get into the tactical stuff. The project kickoff is your make or break moment. If you get this wrong, then you're going to be fighting uphill battles for the entire engagement with your client, and that's not what you want. Studies show that SEO can take months to show tangible results, making the initial expectation setting especially crucial. And that's why I'm just going to be giving you the ultimate kickoff checklist, if you will. So first of all, you're going to need the pre-meeting preparation. Prepare an exhaustive list of questions covering SEO and non-SEO topics. Next, research the client's industry, competitors, and current digital presence, and then set up a collaborative documentation system. During the kickoff, you're going to first of all discuss goals and expectations, and those are two different things, by the way. You're going to map out all stakeholder and decision-making processes, identify resource constraints and realistic timelines, and establish communication protocols and meeting cadences. That's going to bring you to the post-meeting follow-up. So you'll send detailed meeting notes and confirmed agreements after that, create personalized training sessions for technical teams, provide implementation checklists specific to their findings, and finally set up your first regular check-in. Another very, very crucial part of this is setting realistic expectations. So most clients tend to overestimate their development capacity and underestimate SEO timelines. Your job is to bring them back to reality gently but firmly. So instead of saying SEO takes time, try telling them instead, in 3 months, we'll be onboarding, identifying quick wins, and firefighting any urgent technical issues. Significant organic traffic increases typically begin to show within 4 to 6 months, and full momentum usually is reached by month 8 to 12. Now let's talk a little bit more about using tools and systems that don't suck. So let's be absolutely honest about tools. There are a lot of shiny softwares out there, but having the right tools is very important, and there's no need to complicate this system. Here's what actually matters in your tool stack. So let's start off with the essential capabilities that you need for SEO project management. So you're going to want tools that have a calendar view for timeline management, multi-owner task assignment, document editing and version control, communication and commenting within the actual platform, and also it should integrate well with core SEO tools. There are also a couple of more popular tool combinations. So for smaller teams, people sometimes use Trello plus Google Drive plus Slack. And for mid-sized agencies, they normally go for Asana, Google Workspace with time tracking. And then for larger operations, they have custom solutions along with integrated platforms. But here's the thing. Agencies with SEO background account managers perform way better than those with generic project managers. So the tool is actually less important than having someone who understands both SEO complexities and client needs at the same time. Connect your SEO monitoring tools like Content King, Little Warden, and SEMrush to your project management system. When something breaks on a client site, it automatically creates a task and notifies the entire team. So there's no more, oops, we didn't notice that issue for 3 weeks. It's right there in the platform. Now, this is where the rubber really meets the road. You can have perfect strategies and flawless communication, but if you can't get recommendations actually implemented, then literally nothing else matters. So regularly quarterly strategy reviews prevent projects from going off track and focusing on the wrong KPIs. Without these checkpoints, even successful projects can drift into tactical busy work. Now let's chat about the will it make the boat go faster framework. So this is actually borrowed from Olympic rowing, which is a simple question that should guide every recommendation. Will this change make the website rank better? If the answer isn't a clear yes, then either remove it from your recommendations, explain its indirect value very clearly, or just save it for a later phase. The next section is about getting developer buy-in. This deserves special attention because dev relationships can make or break your SEO success. First of all, understand their constraints, which could be budget, resources, or technical limitations. Secondly, speak their language, which provides clear technical specifications. Thirdly, show business impact, so connect technical changes to revenue. And four, be collaborative, so ask for their input on implementation approaches. Your ultimate goal is building advocacy for SEO within the actual organization. This happens through knowledge transfer training, helping people understand the why behind recommendations, making SEO part of existing workflows rather than extra work, and celebrating wins while sharing credit generously. So let's talk about everybody's favorite topic, proving that SEO actually works. Because let's face it, proper expectation setting and communication protocols can make or break long-term SEO relationships. The first way to do this is by setting up meaningful reporting. Your reporting should cover things like website visibility improvements in search engines, click-through rates from search results, organic traffic growth from target keywords, conversions from organic search traffic, and things like that. But here's the key for you. Don't just report on the numbers. Create actual cohesive narratives that connect SEO activities to business outcomes. Now, this goes hand in hand with your quarterly strategy review. Every quarter, you should be asking these very critical questions. First of all, are we still solving the right problems? Secondly, have business priorities shifted a bit? Third, what's working better or worse than expected? And lastly, do we need to actually adjust our entire approach? This prevents the dreaded scenario where you're technically successful but strategically irrelevant. Two important things for you to be tracking are leading and lagging indicators. So leading indicators are things like rankings, index pages, crawl health, and content production, and lagging indicators are traffic, conversions, and revenue attribution. This gives you early warning systems and proof of long-term success. Now, let me share with you guys some mistakes that I see constantly and have definitely made myself, so don't feel too judged over here. The first pitfall is overpromising in sales. The problem here is that sales teams promise results in 2 months for a 12-month strategy. The solution? Always have SEO validation in the sales process. The second pitfall is treating all stakeholders the same. The problem here? Using technical jargon with executives or business speak with developers. It just doesn't align. So your solution is to customize communication for each separate audience. Pitfall 3, focusing on deliverables instead of actual outcomes. The problem here, we delivered 6 articles this month becomes more important than did those articles actually drive revenue. Your solution includes regular strategy reviews focused on actual business impact. The fourth pitfall is not budgeting for account management. The problem here is that you're pricing only for SEO work, not for the communication and project coordination part of it. The solution is to build 20 to 30% of buffer time for project management activities. The fifth and final pitfall is communication chaos, which is what we're trying to help you avoid with this entire video. The problem is that updates could be scattered across email, Slack, calls, carrier pigeons, what have you. The solution is to establish and enforce communication protocols from day one. So now let's bring all of this together and wrap it with a pretty little bow for you with an actionable framework that you can implement right away. The first phase is laying a foundation, which happens in the first couple of weeks of you handling a client account. First of all, audit your current process management approach. Then identify communication breakdowns and bottlenecks, select and set up your core tool stack, and then create template documents and checklists. The implementation phase is the second phase, and this lasts between weeks 3 to 6. So you're going to test new processes with existing clients, gather feedback from team members and your clients as well, refine communication protocols, and build integration between tools. Now that brings us to phase 3, which is optimization, and that happens within weeks 7 to 12. You're going to establish quarterly review cadences, create reporting dashboards, develop team training materials, and scale successful processes across all accounts. Now we've covered a lot of ground today, so let me just leave you guys with a few takeaways. First of all, project management is an SEO skill, so invest in developing it. Make sure that you use the product triangle framework, so align every recommendation with features, growth, and business goals. Adopt consultative approaches, focus on strategy and stewardship, not just tactics. Establish clear communication protocols and actually enforce them. That's the important part here. Plan for account management time. This isn't optional overhead, it's essential work. Review strategy quarterly, so this prevents tactical drift by staying focused on outcomes. And finally, build internal advocates. Make SEO part of organizational culture, not an external service. Remember, in an $83.7 billion industry, the professionals who master process management will be the ones commanding premium rates and building lasting client relationships. Here's your homework. Pick one area from today's video and commit to improving it over the next 30 days. Whether that's implementing the product triangle framework, upgrading your tool stack, or just having better kickoff meetings, you have to start somewhere. And hey, if this video helped you level up your SEO process management game, smash that like button, subscribe for more SEO strategy content, and drop a comment letting me know which framework you're most excited to implement. Until next time, keep optimizing both your websites and your processes. See you soon. Bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, make sure to give us a like, drop a comment, subscribe, so you don't miss out on any future SEO insights. And hey, if you're serious about your rankings, head over to SirLinksalot.co, check out our premium link building services, guides, and free SEO tools. See you next time.